Hey Magic, Andy Hawley. I'm in Jackson, where
Oh
50 years
wow.
ago you got the nickname. It was last Friday. You were given the nickname after that legendary performance. I wonder what you remember about that game itself. I'm going to mention a couple names, some guys you played against in that game: Dave Sierra, Rocky Hester, Frank Hampton, and then also did the location of that game add to your performance? If you remember, Parkside had the dome. There weren't too many of them.
Yep.
Portable floor, portable
Yep.
baskets, kind of
Yep.
an arena style. Just tell me what you remember from that game, that experience.
I think you're right, Andy. It was the dome. It was something we hadn't seen in high school ever. They had the best building in the whole state of Michigan, and also too they had um, I knew they had tradition, right? And so going down to coming to Jackson, for me it was great, to know that some of my friends, because when you're in Jackson, Lansing and Jackson, we play against each other in the summer and that whole thing. So I knew some of those guys, but that's when I just started feeling really good about where I was. Because you have to remember, my first high school game, I didn't play that well at Hope, and so step by step, I was getting more comfortable, and then I was really rolling by the time I got to Parkside. And man, and when you start hitting them first 5 or 6 baskets, I got into my rhythm and my groove, and I knew it was gonna be a long night for Parkside. And I didn't know it was gonna be all of that, and it just naturally happened. And then after the game, Andy, Fred came in, uh, I get to know the guys, like I know Jack, I know all of you guys, and it's great that I'm friends with Fred, so we get to know each other. And so Fred Stabley Jr., I knew his dad working at Michigan State, and then he walks in and he said he got to give me a nickname. Andy, I never thought in my wildest dreams that this name would stick. And because on my team always called me Big E, call me EJ, um, or Yo E, Yo, and so we had those things going on. So when he came in with this magic thing, I was like, nobody's gonna call me Magic. I'm 15 years old, like my boys are not gonna. Call me Magic. But Andy, what happened was, it actually, as I started playing, and I kept going after Jackson Parkside, my boy Reggie Chastain, who had played the other guard, said, "Man, that name fits you." And then every headline was now not Irvin Johnson anymore, it's Irvin Magic Johnson, and then it just became Magic Johnson. And now I don't think nobody know Irvin. Everywhere I go around the world, they just call me Magic. And so Fred was right. Um, can you imagine this, Andy? This is the crazy thing. It wasn't in LA that I got the name. It wasn't somebody in LA giving me the name. This happened in Lansing, Michigan. And now everybody in the world knows, if you say Magic, who you're talking about. So kudos to him. Um, it's listen, I got lifelong friends in this business, Tim Style and Jack, and I know so many guys who been around me for a long time, and I appreciate that. And so Fred is just another one. And Jackson, Jackson Parkside, Jackson High, you know, I remember seeing Tony Dungy with the white shoes. See, people forget Tony Dungy actually was the first big athlete like that, right? And he had them white shoes on. So I said, I want some white shoes like Tony Dungy, because he looked so good. He looked the part. See, I can go all the way back. Listen, I know everything about Lansing and Jackson. Any athlete, I know them. And that was my thing. So Thank you for that, Andy, because that's where it all, in terms of the nickname, but also too, that game just made me take off and really took my whole basketball game to another level because of that game. And I had the right coach. You got to give Coach Fox a lot of credit for allowing me to have the ball in my hand and still being the tallest dude on the team. See, most coaches would have never allowed that to happen. Stay at the center position, don't handle the ball. But Coach Fox let me do my thing, and it turned out great for all of us. Great question. Thank you.